Picture the classic weekend away. In a cozy log cabin, the fire has burned down to embers and you've drifted into a deep sleep. Absolutely beautiful, right? Then suddenly, you wake up in a panic. It's pitch black and you can't see a thing. You hear unfamiliar creaks and the rustling of leaves outside. Now you've got about 20 seconds to make it to the bathroom without bumping into anything before it's all too late. For me, it's an all too familiar scenario. Yet it's the perfect way to understand the two distinct ways our brain processes information. So let's jump in and see if you would make it to the bathroom. So the first way we're going to look at is a piece-by-piece approach. It's called bottom-up processing, and it starts with sensory input. The information you get directly from your senses. It's like trying to solve a puzzle without having the picture on the box. You start with the individual pieces and slowly see the image form. So how it works is your senses collect the data, so your sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. Your reptilian brain, so the oldest part of our brain, processes this basic information to ensure immediate survival. Our mammalian brain adds emotions and memories to the sensory data. And finally, the neocortex, the most advanced part of our brain, analyzes the data for understanding and decision making. So our journey in the dark cabin would look something like this. You wake up to complete darkness. You can't see anything, but you can hear the gentle creaking of the wooden floor, the rustle of the leaves outside, and feel the cool air on your skin. Now your reptilian brain kicks in and is on high alert, scanning for immediate danger. Is that sound the wind blowing the branches, or could it be something more sinister? Where did the creaking come from? Is there anyone else in the room? Is the cold breeze mean you're in pain? Hang on, is that something that's burnt? Now, the mammalian brain, memories start to surface. You recall hearing the same rustling of the leaves while you're watching a movie in front of the fire and the cold wind blowing your hair as you took the rubbish out to the bin before bed. The unfamiliar smell of pine wood reminds you you're not in your own bed, and you also start to recall snippets of the cabin layout when you first arrived. The neocortex now begins piecing each bit of sensory information together. You remember that it was a very windy night, the trees were blowing against the cabin. You're awake because you decided to drink the 2 litres of juice while watching the movie before bed, and now you need to pee. You can recall seeing the bathroom near the large window next to the living room, and now your brain starts figuring out the way in the dark. So the pros and cons of bottom-up processing is it's really accurate. It's detailed and essential for immediate reactions. The cons are it can be slow and limited if sensory information is incomplete. Now, on the flip side, top-down processing uses your prior knowledge, experiences, and expectations to interpret new information. It's like being able to look at the puzzle box cover to quickly understand where each piece might need to go. Now, how it works is the neocortex starts with what it already knows or expects. The mammalian brain adds emotions and memories that might influence your interpretation, and the reptilian brain checks for any immediate survival concerns. So using top-down processing, our journey to the bathroom would look like this. Your brain starts with what it already knows. You recall arriving at the old cabin and remember the wind was blowing your hair everywhere as you were unpacking the luggage from the car. Your brain recalls what the layout of the cabin looks like. You know that the bathroom is to the left of the large window on the far side of the living room and the kitchen is at the other end of the cabin. You recall it was still windy when you took the empty 2-litre bottle of tropical juice out to the recycling bin before bed. Now, the mammalian brain uses emotions and memories. And you remember the last time you drank juice before bed, you needed to wake up and go and pee. You remember stubbing your toe on the coffee table earlier and feeling a sharp pain. So you move more cautiously to avoid repeating that experience. The reptilian brain ensures you stay safe as you navigate the room. Based on past experiences, you move more cautiously to avoid that table. Your senses are heightened to detect anything unusual and react to immediate threats. So the pros and cons of top-down is it's efficient, fast, and makes sense of ambiguous information. The cons are it can lead to biases and assumptions, as well as errors if prior knowledge or expectations are wrong. So both bottom-up and top-down processing is essential for our brain to understand and navigate the world. Bottom-up builds understanding from sensory data, while top-down uses prior knowledge to interpret new information. Together, they help us react to experiences with a balance of caution and confidence. Bottom-up processing is best for new or unfamiliar situations where you need to rely on immediate sensory input to understand what's happening. It's precise, cautious, and perfect for navigating unknown environments or understanding raw emotions. So, for instance, you hear an unfamiliar noise and start by ensuring you're safe and that there's no immediate danger. It also happens when you try to read someone else's handwriting and decipher each letter individually before understanding the word. It's also when you follow a recipe step by step, carefully measuring and mixing each ingredient. Whereas top-down processing is ideal for situations where you can use your prior knowledge and experiences to quickly interpret information. It's efficient, fast, and makes it great for familiar tasks, making adaptations or improvements, and managing emotions based on past experiences. So you remember your friend mentioned that the cabin creaks at night. This prior knowledge helps you relax and interpret the noise accurately. You quickly recognize a word based on the context and prior knowledge, even if handwriting is messy. And you use your cooking experience to estimate quantities and tweak the recipe to your taste without measuring every step. So next time you're faced with a new situation, think about how your brain is processing it. Do you need to carefully piece it together using sensory information from the ground up, or are you relying on your knowledge and experiences to guide you? Either way, both are crucial in processing information. By understanding the differences between them, you can confidently navigate experiences and situations more effectively. If you enjoyed this episode, don't just subscribe, send us a message. We'll personally get back to you or share it with someone who you think might need to hear this today. Until next time, hooroo!